The whole phrase of kill or be killed leads me to our featured story of the night. Let's get it!
Yes, Sean.
And you may ask yourself, what do I mean by kill or be killed? I want to talk about Musk and Zuckerberg. That's what I want to talk about, because it's been going on the internet for a long time, and it amplified, it built up, it's become a bigger thing recently, so we gotta talk about it finally on the show. But apparently, for a long time, this has been going on, and Elon Musk was challenging Mark Zuckerberg. Let's have a fight, motherfucker. That's what he said. Let's have a fight. Battle the billionaires. It's been going on for a long time, but now it's apparently off? Or is it? That's the question we're talking about today, because Mark Zuckerberg said, hey, it's time to move on, because apparently he's been training, he's been actually messaging Musk directly and being like, hey, when we gonna do this, I can have actually the whole match agreed upon and streamed through a whole different thing through Dana White. Dana White can come in here and he can do the whole charity thing. We can figure the whole thing out. I got it all figured out. And Musk's like, cage fight at the Coliseum. Let's do it now. And he's like, well, let's figure this out. Which I can see the two of them doing. Let's figure this out. We'll have a whole thing, and I'll have all this strategy.
Sounds like you're doing like a South Park episode right now.
right. I'll have the whole thing figured out. It's fine. Cage fight. And Zuckerberg's like, hey man, calm down. And then eventually Zuckerberg's like, hey, I don't think this is realistic. Like, I think we can all agree upon that Elon isn't serious and it's time to move on. I offered a real deal, Dana White, who, offered to make a legit competition for charity, but Elon won't confirm a date, then says he needs surgery, and now he needs to do a practice run in my backyard instead, so we're not doing it. And if Elon gets serious about a real date and an official event, he knows how to reach me. Otherwise, time to move on. I'm going to focus on competing with people who take the sport seriously, which I'm like, fucking Zuckerberg's taking MMA fucking seriously, but whatever.
Really?
But Elon's like, I'm gonna come to your house. But he's also pitching his fucking car. I'm programming my car to your house, and it's gonna drive me automatically to your house. I'm not gonna drive, no hands on the wheel. Drive me straight there. I'll get to your front door. I'll ring the doorbell. We're gonna fight in your backyard. And he's like, dude, calm the fuck down. We're not doing that. So, and then he's calling him chicken. And he's fucking getting into his face about the whole thing. And this has been going on for a long time. And I think really Elon Musk is just trying to cause some buzz for X, Twitter, or, his own stuff. And of course, it was good for both events for Meta, Facebook, where they're both fucking doing the same shit, changing their brands and trying to be something different than it is. But these two fighting, I don't see it really happening ever. I laughed when I heard about it before. I didn't think it was a big deal, but then I see more and more coming up. So let's do the tail of the tape for a second, because I think that if they were to fight for a second, we got to break down what these two fools would actually be. So here we go. Let's do the tail of the tape. So if we're going to have Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg, what would we have going here? Well, Zuckerberg's 39, Musk is 51, he's 5'7", Musk is 6'1", American, South Africa, whatever. 100.9 pounds, which is fucking dumb to me. Is he really 100 pounds? I don't know if I believe that.
No.
There's no way he's 100 pounds. There's no fucking way he's 100 pounds.
No fucking way.
Hold on, Brad.
No fucking way.
No fucking way.
I think my facts are wrong there.
He's
facts are wrong
pretty
there.
Shredded.
I mean, also, Zuckerberg's done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Elon Musk has done Karate Taekwondo. And they had, like, if you want to see their tweets before I go on to our panel here, here's this whole thing about we need to move on. It's legit. And someone wants to do something legit, and he calls Zuck his chicken. And, I have the whole thing. They're back and forth here.
It's like Back to the Future too, right? It's like Marty McFly versus Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Don't call me chicken.
Being chicken. Yeah, Mike, let's go to you first then, Mike. What do you think about this? Do you think that he's just being chicken, or do you think this is all bullshit?
I was really pleased I came up with a Back to the Future 2 reference, because anytime I can bring Marty McFly into a situation, it just tickles me to no end. So when my wife and I, and this is related, I swear, when my wife and I went to see the Barbie movie, we were like, oh, this is great. It has a lot of feminist perspective. It makes a lot of great points. And my wife was like, oh yeah, maybe there's a little bit of hyperbole, like in terms of how it expresses the patriarchy. You know, fair enough, but maybe so. And then we wake up the next day and we see top billionaires of the world commit each other in death battle, fists to each other's faces, and it's like, oh my god, like we live in a dystopia. We live in a weirder dystopia than we ever would have possibly imagined. It's funny that Elon Musk is saying that he has any chance. Oh, he's just dragging this out. Like Grimes would have a better chance against Zuckerberg. Like, you know, he's old and he's doughy. Like, okay, so he's got the weight advantage. That's serious. He's got the height advantage. That's serious. But both of them, they're just playing it to keep. Nobody gives any care about Twitter, about X. Like, I don't know what the game is, but also at this point, I am purely convinced that the billionaires also do not have a play. They do not have a real game that they're playing. This is just purely ego bullshit, which doesn't bother me for the most part. Like, it's a dystopia and I've accepted it. So like, it's just funny and silly garbage. Like, I hope I get to watch them pummel the shit out of each other. I did look today at the odds websites for betting in Las Vegas. I always, anytime there's an election, anytime there's any situation, there's people that are giving you odds, and I have a tendency to believe that these people have some insight into it. What they're calling it for Zuckerberg at about a 2-to-1 majority. So I think I would agree with those odds, if not even a little heavier.
I feel like that's maybe why he's postponing it. He's also like, come to your octagon. We'll have a fight in your backyard, and then we'll do it. You know, we'll live cast on X and on Meta again. I don't know why we're fucking changing these names, but apparently that's the thing. Sean, what do you think? Do you agree with Mike? Do you think this is just like Musk being a little chicken, and he's fucking, just trying to draw it out for attention?
Oh, sorry. My wife would like me to stop yelling about penis. I just want to.
Said no.
I just want to make a really impassioned plea to the AMPTP to please settle and give the writers and actors anything they need so that we can avoid talking about two idiots that are not in any way ready or capable of a entertaining fight.
Great answer.
To be fighting at this point. I don't give a care. I don't give a fuck about Zuckerberg beating the shit out of Musk, which is obviously going to happen. But for the love of God, please, AMPTP, just fucking find some shred of humanity and decency so that we don't have to talk about this bullshit.
I know. This is where the world we're in right now, though, Sean.
That's I hate this world. Hate this world.
It fucking sucks. But without a fucking, like, it's getting drier and drier for content that's happening for people, because as this moves on, we're going to have other people just trying to take advantage of the situation and find a way of putting themselves in the limelight because they know people need something to watch. And that's just what it is. And it sucks. It does suck. Sabrina, what do you, yep.
When they should be watching Cruise Control. Good night, everybody.
Fucking watching Cruise Control. We're about to go. I know we've gone way over. I'm sorry.
I'm done. It's fine. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you both lobbying to fuck off right now? Is that what's happening?
They're ready to go. They're ready to go.
Now I'm gonna make this shit longer for both of y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
Sabrina, give your hot take before we go from here tonight.
I don't really have a hot take. It's just two fucking little bitches being fucking little bitches. Honestly, how dare you? You're like, you're two dudes, by the way, and your penises are very small.
Penis measuring contest. Get Steve Jobs in there.
You both have micro penises, clearly. And you're gonna sit here and act like little baby bitches and fucking try to publicize on different social media things like who's more of a chicken. Guess what? Musk, I read the receipts. You a chicken. Okay, Zuckerberg, not a fan. However, you look like you're ready to go. So I don't really know what to say. I don't like either of you. You Zuckerberg, you stole from all your friends to be rich. Musk, you're super smart and shit, but you're just an idiot. So let me clarify that. You're super smart, like in so far as technical things are, but as a human being, not so much. And I know you're autistic, so I'll give you leeway for that. But you don't lean on that for like challenging someone to a MMA fight and then being like, oh, I'm not ready. I might have to be in Santa Barbara on Monday, and then no. If you want to do it, and don't be a pussy about it, and stop using it, and stop trashing this poor guy. Not poor guy. He stole all the money from all of his friends. Oh, I don't mean
He's
poor.
got all the money.
He's doing the Harry and Meghan a little bit, don't you think?
There you go. There it is.
Is he to see you next Tuesday?
He is.
They're both assholes. Okay, in different ways. Okay, so I have no allegiance to either one of them, and they can kindly go fuck themselves, both of them, like this. It's just like, to me, it's like two 10-year-old boys just acting like little fucking bitches.
Just whipping the dicks out and fighting each other.
I literally could care less. You have small penises. We all know that. And I feel sorry for both of you. Like, if you could just maybe get your shit together and stop putting us through all of your like masculine bullshit. Like when I see a truck that is taller than me driving by on the street, okay, clearly small penis. So all this says to me is that, and you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're both idiots. Even though you're super rich, doesn't mean anything. You're shisty, conniving Zuckerberg. Elon Musk, you're very, very intelligently genius. However, the way you go about things, completely incorrect in society. The way that you goat people, it's not right. And don't do that. Don't do that. That's not human. Like that's not okay. It's bullying and in a weird way. So don't do that. None of these behaviors should be emulated by anyone. And like, you have a whole world of people watching you.
Be.
Like, set a fucking example. Set an example. You are two of the most powerful, richest people in the world. Set a fucking example and stop leading the world with your tiny eye penises. Thank you and good night.